straight into it, into Lions.
Okay.
Is it Lionsgate? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Lionsgate portal.
Okay, right. Okay, I'll do the quick intro, then I'll go the Reiki, go there, and go there, go there, go there, and then
We
yeah,
don't need to talk about the Reiki, man. It's too personal. I don't really want to talk about it on here.
you know, I talk about it. Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah, I'm just,
I might
I'm
mention I
just.
had it and it was intense, but it's too like
No,
I
no,
can't
we'll leave it. We'll
explain. I
leave it.
can't
That's
put it into
fine. No
words.
worries.
It's more personal, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no worries. Okay, are we right? Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's already
fucking
on.
hell.
You
Shit. Okay,
recording?
hang on. Ready, ready.
It's already
Three,
recorded. Yeah.
two, and one. Yo, guys. G'day, bloody hell. Quick chuck a snag on the Barbie, might as well save down and under. It's Jay here from the Life Theories crew. Hey, I'm going to go that way to the beautiful Diana over in Virginia, US of A, and the beautiful Pixie down here, my soul sisters from Canada. And we have some very interesting chats today, some topics to chat about. We were just off air having a quick chat. And we had to stop each other from going on because we had a few things going on. How are you ladies going?
Good, good. Oh man, it's been a really interesting week. I don't want to get too far into what's happened, so that we can actually talk about like the Lionsgate portal and all of the energies that are coming in right now, especially on the 8th of August. But yeah, this week has been so freaking weird, man. Like me and my roommate and business partner for like the store stuff, our storage locker got broken into, and
Oh,
we
wow.
had several $1,000s worth of merchandise like getting taken.
Oh.
And yeah,
Yeah.
Was that
it
some of your
was
collector? Is that collector's stuff? Is it or
it was mostly his store stuff, so it wasn't the collector stuff that I've got, but it was for some reason they like didn't really touch my stuff. They were really focused on his things. And he's got
okay?
like Gundam kits and like hobby stuff and mostly plastic model kits. But some of them, like basically all the ones that we took that were taken were like the expo kits and like the really hard to find stuff and like the like perfect grade stuff and like the really expensive, like classy stuff. So
Yep.
a lot of that stuff was gone. So we've been dealing with that over the last little bit. Put my phone
That's a
on.
shame.
And yeah, so like been a bunch of like really weird, big, like life shifting things happening. My landlord is like, there's weird stuff going on with my landlord. I have no idea what's going on. We've got like mortgage companies calling us, being like, is this property like vacant or is there tenants here? It's like, no, we've been living here for 2 years. Like, what's going on? Apparently, our like landlord's not paying the mortgage, so that's going on too. So
Sorry,
there's some weird
sorry,
stuff
your
going on.
you say your owner's not paying your mortgage, paying the mortgage
Yeah,
on the house.
the landlord of our house that we're living in hasn't paid our mortgage in over 6 months. So I don't know where that money's going. We haven't been able to talk to him either because apparently he had like a health issue at the beginning of the year. And yeah, we've just been talking to the person who's saying that they're his wife, but compared to the level of organization he was over the first year of our tenancy and what's happening now, we're almost like, I don't know, I shouldn't get too far into this because I have no idea what's happening and we're going to be posting this. But and I still don't know 100% what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of weirdness. We're getting calls from mortgage companies. She's saying, no, everything's fine, but we haven't actually spoken to our landlord, the guy we paid or signed a lease with in like since December. So we have no idea what's actually going on. So there's a lot of really interesting stuff that's happening that's kind of pushing old paradigms and old patterning and old ways of doing things out. And it's like, okay, we had everything in storage. We were living in this house. All this stuff is happening, but now it's kind of being shown to us like, we think the universe wants us to level up in a way and like stop doing it out of a storage unit and like maybe get a retail space or do something else, right? So I don't know, and like stop dealing with landlords that are, not communicative and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff opening up right now in life that's like, hey, you got to pay attention to some things. Maybe you should be shaken up a little bit and make some changes here. So it's pretty interesting. How about you, Diana? Any shakeups going on for you?
Oh yeah. I did do a Reiki session. It's a little personal. I don't want to go into all the details. I mean, it's like a shamanic Reiki session. It did take some energy out of me, but it just shows that there are different levels to healing, right? You know, she did some channeling stuff like that, and you know, even I filled out a pre-session for him before, and you know, she gets some guidance. And I read the thing. I had to sit down and like talk about stuff. I mean, speaking, it's like exactly stuff I was going through that like it's like deeper layers to some of the healing I've done, to some of the issues I have that have been coming up. And even though I was aware of it, she brought it to like a whole nother level. So it just shows that like I mean, I'm not saying you're never completely healed stuff, but I feel like I did a lot of work, and this just brought a whole new layers and layers of like to work I've already done. It's cool. It's a never ending process, but it's like some of the things I was like, oh, I thought I was past some of this, you know, but obviously there's still stuff that's coming up and reasons why things for me have been a little bit slower, I think, with progressing to like the next stage I want to get at. And I feel like I'm pretty close to making a big shift. I already made a lot of shifts, but there's still, I'm trying to go a little bit further along with things, and I feel like it's a little bit slow, right? And but she said her and you know analysis of that, and just you know she also energy readings, and she chakra everything, and she got messages, visions, all this stuff coming through. But basically, it just still things I need to work through before I get to that next level, and they're like stuff that I thought I had worked through, but then I'm not. So it was a little bit frustrating. I read the whole thing. I have a whole thing she printed out and stuff, which is cool. And I know you could take whatever with a grain of salt, but I resonated with what she said, and it was stuff, and it made me think about things in like a different way, because I've been thinking about it another way. So it was good, but it brought more awareness, and it just like shit, man. It's like, oh, there's so many levels to it's okay. It was a little bit frustrating to read because it's a little bit like eye opening. I'm like, and it's not about having an ego or whatever. It's not about saying, oh, I'm completely. It just I thought I had done a lot more work, but I have to remember a lot of these things are from years and years of when I was younger. And she even brought up, I'll bring up one thing. She said that she felt that a part of me left when I was 19 years old, a part of me. So she worked on integrating, she was working on integrating timelines. It's some weird stuff, right? And yeah. she does chanting, all that stuff. But then I said, what was going on at 19 years old? Because I'm thinking more it's in my addiction stage, like way later on. That wasn't at 19. I was maybe experimenting a little bit, but I wasn't like in that stage. But I realized then I did go to college, right? And I was sitting there. I remember I wasn't really happy with where I was. I didn't really want to be in that major going to school. I didn't like having the roommates. I felt really out of place. And then I started going to music festivals, right? I started to date a guy, right? Because I did feel like a part of me left. Now I think about it, I was like, man, I'm thinking like part of me left maybe when I was in my bad stage, but no, it left a long time ago. So now so now she wanted me to like look in the mirror like for 7 days and say, I love you, welcome back. And I do feel like a part of me, my energy's back. It's weird. I'm a little bit tired from doing all that. And then, you know, you're doing all the clearing of the chakras and the chanting and spraying stuff and smoking stuff and not smoking stuff, but like blowing smoke and doing cleansing, and there's a lot of stuff. And it just brought up, and I had a lot of different visions and stuff too. I don't know if these were past lives or what. Man, it was just a wild thing. And I was like, oh man, I got a lot more work to do. It just kind of like bang your head against the wall, because it's like, I've done so much work. And she thinks, yeah, I've already been at my lowest, so it's going to get better. But it's like, you need to work through these things to get here. And I'm just like, oh man, I have been working through it. And it just with the wanting to have instant gratification, right? And we want things, but there's a process, there's timing, right, to everything.
Yeah. Well, I've noticed too with myself, especially, I've healed specific things 3 or 4 times, but and I keep thinking, okay, this is the time, but then it'll like sneak back in. Yeah. So what I've noticed is every time it sneaks back in, I'll try to heal it from a slightly different perspective, because there's one part of me that saw the issue from that one perspective. And so we'll heal it from that part of me that's seeing it that way. And then when it comes up again, I'll have a slightly different perspective of it because I've gone through the previous healing. So another layer of it might come up. So it'll give me a new perspective of the situation. So then I can heal it from that perspective and from that view of myself and from that aspect of my life. So every time you heal it, if you heal it from a slightly different perspective than you did before, instead of just repeating the same thing you did before, be like, oh, this is what I did last time. Look at it from where you're at. Look at the issue that you're trying to heal from where you're at now and your new perspective. and heal it from that. And every time it comes back up, heal it from where you're at in that moment, instead of continually trying to heal it the way you did before. Because the way you did before is the way your past version of yourself would heal it. Yeah. But now the new version of yourself also needs to confront that. Because that new version of yourself, you know what I mean? Like the new version of yourself has to confront that old version of yourself again from the new perspective. So you keep having to look at it from every single perspective of your highest self in that moment. And that's why it keeps coming back, because some things are so ingrained in us and there's so many nuances to that trauma or to that part of us leaving, or the thing that triggered us losing that part of ourselves, that we have to keep looking at it from all the different angles to be able to reintegrate it back. And sometimes it takes longer than others. And you have to just be patient with yourself, not judge yourself, and ask yourself, what perspective can I see this from now that I wasn't seeing it from before, and heal it from there.
Okay. So, it makes a lot of sense. I think that myself personally, from what you said, you are going through, the lesson comes back to test your new self. I've been going through that a little bit as well. I get where you're going, because I mean, you have to test yourself in your new space, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's just like looking at the same trauma from a different perspective, from the new spectrum, as you healed it from where you were before, and now you're in a different place. So now you can feel it from that place. But if you keep trying to repeat the same thing you did last time, be like, oh, this is what I did last time, you might find yourself getting frustrated because you're trying to heal it from a perspective that it doesn't need to be healed from. Yeah. You need to level up to get that level up of healing. So
I think that makes total sense. Because I think, well, in a simple situation of what you talk about, Lionsgate and all this bloody craziness that's been going around. Yeah. The other couple of days has people been there's been a lot of like stress, like a lot of people aren't trusting in the process. People aren't trusting in the processes of what happens. Like I think I talked last week about faith for me, just saying, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm doing the process. I do what I got to do, but I believe, I ask, use the chain, ask above, and have total faith. Not something I want to happen, but that's where the thing comes in. But you know, when you ask something, you go, right, that's the faith we're going to have in doing it. A lot of people are insecurities and all these things are coming up, and it's really weird that you have to deal with people's emotions and egos these days, because they're not. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know. I'm looking at them going, Jesus fucking Christ.
What's happening right now with the Lionsgate portal is this portal is opening up and triggering us and forcing us into seeing, accepting, and stepping into the highest version of ourselves. And in doing that, a lot of egoic stuff is coming up for people, because when you're stepping into your higher self, you're shedding parts of your ego. You're shedding the 3D separation, duality, conflict, competition. You're shedding all of those things that are egoic based to step into your higher self, to step into the 5th D higher dimension. And in order to do that, a lot of the egoic stuff needs to be shed. So in order to shed it, it comes up into the open. It comes out. And a lot of people, if they're not aware that this portal is opening, they're not aware that egoic things are boiling up inside of them because of the energy of the planet right now, a lot of egoic based things are going to fly out of people's mouths. People are going to be acting in very egoic ways, because those are the words and actions that they need to be paying attention to for themselves, so they can heal that part of their ego that's making them reactive, that's making them have that duality and that separation. So in order for them to stop coming at everybody with so much ego, they need to stop and look at themselves for just a minute, say, hey man, I'm speaking from my ego right now. I'm behaving from my ego. I'm not stepping into my highest self. What is it that I can do to nurture this part of my ego, to help it heal, so I can step into the love? I can step into 5D. I can step away from these egoic needs that don't need to come with me into the 5D. So
makes sense. Yeah, that makes total
if
sense.
you're getting hit with a lot of people right now that are coming at you with a lot of ego, that just means that the Lionsgate portal is really affecting them, but they're not in the awareness of of it. So they're just acting fully out of ego. And quite frankly, they could be overreactive right now. The energies are really strong right now. So, and if people aren't in the awareness of this is what's going on, I am reacting this way because the universe is trying to show me what I need to work on. They're just going to keep spewing out all their egoic shit. And that's up to you as someone who is working on yourself to be like, that's their thing, not mine. And protect yourself from that and let it not affect you.
Oh yeah, look, I think I've not let it affect me. That's for sure. And what you just said was my higher self. I looked at it. I would have reacted a different way. So I know I've come a long way. But also having I dealt with it a different way where I would always step into and try and fix it. Oh, this could be about me. This could be that when they're upset. I step back. I'll talk about criticism later. But dealing with someone telling you something that you got to deal with and not thinking it's bad criticism, you're a bad person. Step back, listen, and then we go on, right, what's the lesson here? And wasn't reactive. It was really good. So the test for me was that was an easy test for me. And then looking at others the way we're going. What do you think, Diana? What do you think? Have you felt anything these weeks? The last couple of weeks have been really crazy.
I'm focusing on a little bit less on other people and more on myself. I don't really give a shit about what's going on with other people. You know what? I've cared for too long. I'm not saying I don't care about anyone else, but people reacting and stuff, that has nothing to do with me. And if I'm triggered by that, then there's something with my ego that's reflecting out there. If I'm seeing that everywhere, everything's a reflection, right?
Yep.
There's something within you that might not be resolved. I'm not trying to put up, but I'm saying there's something. If it's that intense like that, it's a reflection, right? So I don't know. It could be drawing attention to something within yourself. Why is that reflecting that much? It's not like it's a little. You're saying it's intense. So I don't know what that is. I don't know. But also look at yourself as what same with me. It's the same thing. Me, if I see like chaos going on out here, then maybe there's something in here. Even though sometimes I think I'm calm, there might be something deeper, a deeper layer that I'm not addressing, like that's making it manifest out, like push out like that.
I think for me, it was a test to see how I reacted. I think I reacted really well. It hasn't affected me, but me and my mate, who are real, look, the end game was, because it's all about bands and stuff. The end game we said was, right, people showing their colours. We actually sat. Well, both of us are very humble and we don't say anything, but we step back and go, right. And the end result was, if it comes to big decisions, it's me and him who have to do it because we've got level heads, and that was really, really a great lesson for me. I was really proud of the way I went, and the way I reacted. So you're not wrong. That let's put a test in front of you and your new self and see how you react. And feel pretty good about it too. But also, as you said, it gets you to reflect on where you could have been. And I'm with you. Sorry, I'm going that way. I'm with you. I don't really give a shit anymore. I'm like you. Unless it actually directly affects me, I don't give a shit. I'm with you.
Yeah. I've been so removed from people in the last little bit. My circle it went from super, super big to like practically non-existent to like, I've got a couple people that like come and actually like hang out and like have a small like social group again, which feels really good. And like, regular guests and like regular like visitors and people to interact with. But like, I've been keeping very much to myself over the last little bit, and it feels great like to not have all that like drama and like other people's energy constantly around me. I love people. I absolutely adore people. I like the energy of a big crowd. I love how if you go to a concert or a music festival, everybody's like, right in it. Like the whole energy of the room is like explosive. I love that too. But I absolutely love being in my own energy and not being bothered by other people's energy and trauma and drama. And yeah, feels really good to just be in my own space finally.
Do you think that, like, coming into where we are now, and I take Diana's one really well, because you don't give a shit. I get up in the morning and I don't give a shit. But then we really like to connect, but we connect. I like it'd be nice for us to be in, three of us and Cortez to be in the right thing, because we'd hang out, but then we'd respect that we need our space as well, I think, as well. That's where we're at.
When you're in a group of people that are all very aware of themselves and each other, it's awesome. The chemistry flows really nicely because you can pick up on each other's cues. If somebody in the room is feeling uncomfortable and you're in a room full of intuitives that are really aware of themselves and their surroundings, it's easy to be like, hey man, are you feeling uncomfortable right now? Do you need the conversation to shift? Would you like to go do something else? And like, you can pick up on what your friend's needs are just by, allowing your intuition to like be open and allowing your awareness to be open when you're in a group of people, and like picking up on the energies of the room, picking up on people's body languages, on shifts in conversation and shifts in energy. It's easy when it's like, say the four of us were to get into a room together. I don't think we would have a problem with that. If we were feeling done with it, I think we would all just mutually be like, all right, thanks guys, great night. Like, let's all go now. Like, time for bed, we'll reconvene tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, because we're all so in tune. But when you're in a room of a bunch of people that, like, some of them have worked on their stuff, some of them haven't, some know about spirituality, some don't, some are intuitive, some aren't, you can get a lot of really mixed energies, and it can get really overwhelming. It can be a lot for an empath or an intuitive to walk into a room full of those kinds of people, because there's so much unsureness going on around you. And there's so much unharnessed energy that's just floating around. It can be really exhausting for an empath or an intuitive to walk into that kind of energy. So it just depends, right?
Do you think, like, going into a festival, say, that triggered me with the festivals that I used to do. I don't do them anymore. Yeah. The mind body ones, they're huge. Oh my God. Mate, I I block. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh man. I went to the anime convention last weekend. And
I'm talking about a healing convention, like a bloody spiritual healing convention. My God, they energies are out of control. If you don't block yourself,
those ones, especially because a lot of those ones happen where there's no windows. And if you're doing a bunch of different healing sessions with people, thousands of people throughout the weekend, if you've got people doing palm readings over here, people doing Reiki over here, people doing intuitive sessions over here, people doing psychic stuff over here, people doing healings over here, all of the energy that's being released is just going into the room. And you're walking into this dense energy that's been released into the room, and there's no window to let that energy escape. So you really have to protect yourself when you go into those types of conventions and those types of centers, because you can actually walk away, if you're not protected well enough, you can walk away with 6 other people's trauma attached to you. It's not good.
No, it's not.
You really do have to protect yourself with those things.
Oh my God. This is where it's great that we know each other and stuff, and we connect with certain people, because it's just like in any situation, you have to look at and learning about the ego and stuff. I'm spiritual. Yeah, rightio. I go, yeah, okay. Yep, that's great. Yep, I'll be, hi, how are you? Hope you have a lovely life. See you later. Just go, oh my God, yeah, right. Yeah, no worries. That's all I can say. That's all I can say to her, but you can't. Everyone's on their own journey at the moment, but my God.
Yeah. Anytime you come up to a my God person and you're just like, what the fuck is this person thinking? Instead of saying, what the fuck is this person thinking, and putting that judgment on them, just send them love instead. That's the best way to go.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
like I have to catch myself a lot because there's there's a lot of what the F is this person thinking moments. But instead of letting your mind go there, see it from a positive, non-judgmental light. Be like, wow, this person really needs love, and send them love. Let's send this person love because they're clearly not understanding it, and maybe love will help. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, absolutely.
Dealing with people's egos is an interesting one. And then you've got the
Oh,
trauma that triggers egoic behavior and snapping and random arguments and horrible
I
discussions
think,
going
yeah,
sideways. Like
yeah,
people feeling
yeah.
misunderstood because their ego feels attacked, like, and it turns into a big argument. Like, oh god,
I
I
just
reckon
I'm
a lot
guilty
of.
of that too, though.
Sorry, die. Sorry, guy, go for it.
Yeah.
no, I was just saying, man, like, I don't know if I told you guys I deleted like 400 people off my Facebook, right? Because it just, like I said, it's been toxic shit since I've had it since 2006, right? I felt better, but I'm just noticing, man, people are triggered so easily. I make inspiring posts and people get triggered. Like everyone has something effing saying, and my way of doing stuff. I even saw a meme, right? It says Aries' way of self care is blocking everybody. That is what I'm doing, or deleting people. But I feel like I shouldn't have to be so extreme. I just get to the point. I'm like, I'm sick of dealing with this shit. I'm not saying I'm completely healed, right? But it's like everything I say. I'm not saying everything I said, but everything everybody says. Everyone is so triggered by everything. And it's just like, dude, you can't say anything anymore. I mean, I'm just talking about inspiring stuff, and people are getting triggered. Like, I'm not even saying, there's people that are talking about all the things that trigger people, right? Which is pretty much everything. And I'm talking about and I'm like, dude, what gives? Like, I don't know what the fuck to say. And I'm just deleting because, I don't got time for that. But I know I'm supposed to on this planet, I'm supposed to help people, inspire people, but I'm getting in the irritating where I'm just like deleting and blocking people. So I'm trying to meet the balance of like protecting my energy, not absorbing so much, but I know I'm meant to help people because I went through all this stuff to help people, but sometimes I just don't feel like it. I mean, I'm just like, I guess I gotta focus on, make sure my energy is good first, but it's like, this is intense shit, and the kind of issues I dealt with, the kind of people I dealt with before, those people have really deep, wounded shit, and I'm not saying I did too, but like, it's even deeper than what I had, so I'm just like, dude, it's like treading on water, and it's like, well, I'm not supposed to not be myself, and so I don't know, it's just finding the balance, and it just irritating. Some days I just have to step away and like, I'm like, I need to get back my energy back because I feel like it's been like taken in a bunch of places, and I'm being focused. But the fact is, why am I? It's not that I mean, you could say I'm triggered by that too. It's not triggered. It's just more like irritated, dude. Like.
Yeah,
I get it. I understand. People.
You can't talk about anything anymore. You can't talk
No,
about
that's
positive,
right.
negative. I'm not even talking about politics. I'm not talking about religion. I'm not talking about race, gender. I'm not talking
you
about
know
that shit.
what? The moment you start talking about spiritual stuff and raising your frequency, higher vibe, people who are lower vibe will start to become offended by your vibe and your light because they can't handle the light, and they automatically assume what you're saying is directed at them and putting them down because they don't want to accept your light. So instead of just being like, that message doesn't resonate, they will react.
Yeah,
because
it's like you could just unfollow me, unfriend me. So I went to unfriended the people that are like, I know people get triggered every once in a while, but there's certain people that were constantly saying shit on my thing. I just delete them. I'm like, you know what? I don't got time. You're actually ruining when I'm actually trying to help other people, and you making that negative shit. It's not just one time; it's multiple times, right? So like, you're actually other people might not, like you're affecting other people. Just keep the shit to yourself, man.
Yeah, when you do the deleting and when you do the like the deleting of the posts and the blocking of the people and all of that stuff, to clear the energy around your post, and make it so that people aren't seeing these comments, when you do that, are you doing it from a place of, oh, not again, gotta go through deleting it, or are you doing it from a place of, these people really need some love, I'm going to send them love as I delete these things? Because I feel like if you were to incorporate that aspect of it, you wouldn't be mirrored with the energy of, oh, these people ruining my post. Because if you're putting out the energy that, oh, these people are ruining my posts, and why do they have to do that? They're going to keep mirroring it back to you and keep giving you things on your post. So if you delete it, with love, like, just to finish off, like if you delete it with love and say this person really needs love and affection, and I delete this post with the utmost of love, and I block you with love and good intentions, and I hope the best for you. If you come at it from that and just shift your perspective as you're deleting, and delete things with love instead of agitation and annoyance, it might help to reduce the amount of reflection of negativity that you're seeing on it, and it might reduce the frequency of negative comments on your posts.
Well,
it might be something worth trying.
This was one particular look. I'm usually cool. I don't even delete lots of. Hey, if they want, they can write what they want. I don't usually unfriend and block people, but it's that same person I told you that wrote that post about me, that crazy thing. It was like my friend,
Yeah.
So, and then every single post I have, it's been like this for 6 months, dude. It's like, again, and I was hoping to maybe inspire and help the person, but that person's such a dark space, it doesn't matter. But their intention is literally to bring me down. Like, this person likes to, like, bully people, bring people down, even though they're not, so it's like, it was this particular person. So I finally unfriended the person, because part of me was like, oh, it's my friends, whatever. I shouldn't delete them. Nah, I can delete them. They're not my friend, and,
you don't know
and
him
I
anything.
tried, I'm not even deleting the messages, right? I mean, unless they're some that were like inappropriate stuff that I didn't want my relatives seeing. I didn't want, so I did delete that. But so I finally unfriended. But then I had some people, I'm on that trip. Some people wrote some comments. I made a joke about something, and it wasn't even about anything inspiring. I just made a joke, and people took it the wrong way. And I just was like, delete. But I was just in one of those, like, but it was a little bit childish, I would say, but it's like, I want to protect my energy, and yeah, I could come from that energy, like, this person needs love and light, but sometimes I'm a little bit like,
you need love and light.
Yeah, and I know I need to work on myself, and why am I getting triggered by it, but it just like, I made a big transformation, and I'm trying to protect my energy, and my whole life, and I'm not trying to get a victim mindset, but I've had a lot of people just really try to tear me down a lot, and it just like, it just becomes, I'm a human being, it's a little frustrating. I'm like, dude, I'm finally trying to do the right thing, it's like, oh, people had nothing to say when I was sitting there doing stupid shit, and basically almost dying, and then now when I'm trying to do something better, it just, I understand the reason, I understand why they're doing it, they're wounded, I understand when you come in shining light and when other people in the dark, I understand when I was in the dark and I saw people doing that, but you know what, I didn't go comment shit on their posts, I just let them go. If I really was triggered by their inspiring or like more positive, upbeat stuff trying to help people, I just wouldn't comment. I would just unfollow them or just ignore it. Why do people have to go in and like attack? And I'm trying not to feel warriors. That way, but it's hard not. Now I'm expecting that. I don't know. I got in a weird like loop on my brain with that, and I'm getting irritated, man.
I'll try to find. Do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, or Gary V? He's like a business motivational speaker. He's like a multi-billionaire. He runs like a media company. Anyway, he says really good stuff. He has this one because all he does is like push out media, push out content. He's like the main guy that like get rich on content kind of dude. And he talks about the positivity of like, when you see somebody hurting in your comment section, send them love. Just be like, I love you, man. And like, he'll actually, like, when someone's hating on his post, he'll go in and just write, I love you, man, underneath their posts, and like say something positive to the person and have a conversation with that person about like, hey man, what's bothering you right now? I didn't do anything to you. This is a post of love. Is there something you need to talk about right now? And he literally calls them on their shit because he knows that they're just triggered. So he goes that one step ahead rather than just deleting or blocking or ignoring. He'll just be like, this person needs love, and he'll say it. He'll go right out and like,
if you're not in the greatest mood yourself, sometimes it's just like, sometimes you're just,
it's hard.
It depends on my mood. Like, a lot of times I am, inspired, but I'm okay. But if I'm just in that little bit of an off mood and I'm getting triggered more easily, and then usually I just need to step away because I don't think anything I'm going to say in that moment is going to, or my actions are probably not going to be really in alignment. So I have to sometimes take a step away and then, respond from a place of, a little bit higher vibration and love or whatever. But it's hard when certain people, I know their intentions are to like attack, and I know where it's coming from, but obviously I got a little more healing to do. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it'll just take them a while to catch up.
Look, put it this way. It's, I get where you're coming from because I'm triggered by fuckwits. Opinionated assholes, pretty much like the best one I find, and I don't know how you go, and these are just it's like you do something, someone has an opinion after the fact. Oh, I would have done it this way. Well, good fucking luck to you. Go and do what you fuck with. I've just looked at it. I've got few people go. I go, really? That's great. You're a fuckwit. Thanks very much. Oh, yeah. Here's the lesson I've got. I go, that's great. No worries. I will not be talking to you ever again. But I'll say hello. How are you? Wish you the best, and catch you later. You're a dickhead. Oh,
my favorite response to that kind of thing is, well, thank you. I will consider it for the next time. And then that way you're not leaving them feeling like shit. They're not, because usually with people like that, it's like the moment you say, it'll just start an argument if you say anything else other than, thank you for the amazing information. I'll consider it for the next time. And then just move on. And if you consider it the next time, you consider it the next time. If not, it at least leaves them feeling validated, which a lot of people need right now. A lot of people are just looking for validation. And the moment they don't get it, they snap and they start an argument with you, or they start attacking you. So they just want validation. So all you have to do is say, give them the validation. You know what? That's a really great tip. I'll consider it next time I'm in this position. Or, I'll try that next go around. Instead of, you know what I mean? Instead of just being like,
no. That's
the same energy of deleting the post with, oh, fuck this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just putting the wrong energy out there, right? So the more you put that energy of, oh, fuckwit, instead of saying, oh, you know what, I'll consider that. Thank you. Even though you have no intention of actually doing that, you're leaving them feeling validated, and nobody feels like, he doesn't feel unheard. You don't feel like this guy's got to put his 2 cents in my shit. You can just move on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, basically what I do is now is I go, I just basically go, one time I said to someone, because I was coaching, and one said, oh, you do this. I said, hey, mate, that's great. You coach it. See you later. And you should have seen his face. Oh no. I go, no, mate, you're the best, mate. Go. I've got these many titles, mate, but you're the best, mate.
Yeah, you've got that great idea, and you can win it all.
You should have seen their face, my God. Oh no. And the other thing was one thing, another one was mate of mine, good guy, but sort of being, trying to put there's a little bit of a stamp, has an idea. And it was something about YouTube. Oh, you got to get that off. You got to get it off immediately, right? Because we're putting up clips for the bands and stuff. Oh, it's out of tune. All right, that's great. No worries, mate. Here you go. Here's the login details. When you're ready, you can do it. What was the response? What do you think?
Oh, no, it's okay, man. It's okay. I'm not going to do that.
Bang.
Yep. Yeah,
I just basically
they have all the advice in the world, but the moment you tell them to go ahead and do it, they're like, oh.
Oh, mate, I wasn't rude about it. I said, oh, no, okay, no worries, mate. Here's the thing. If you want to go and sort it out, so you go and sort it out. I'll look after the other page. Done.
Yeah.
I never heard, and I go, oh, no.
No, it's actually okay that way. It's fine.
Well, I don't know where it's gone. It's okay. Nothing's bad about it. I just said, well, it's probably a good thing. I took it as a really good thing because it takes one thing off my off my head, and the thing why I do certain things, because this mate of mine, who me and him are like that, I do it for him more than anything because he's put a lot of effort in, and for me he helps me out, and I help him out. So it's not a case of I'm doing it for the thing. It's a nice thing to do because you can see the intention of the other person's really putting in. And you know what I mean? Like that when you get that good energy with people, we've I think in life we've given our energy to other people willy-nilly to make them feel better or make us feel better or something. But when you're actually genuinely giving it as we do, and someone really receives it, it's a really nice thing. Like I do that for you guys, I wouldn't have a problem. And you're on that level, you know what I mean? And That's the only reason I do it. I don't mind doing. I guess all of us don't mind doing things. If not even in case we don't want any reward for it, because it's a nice thing to do, because we can feel a good energy we're giving something, but also it's really nice to know that you really are. It's appreciated because you can see the effort that someone's putting in, and just to say, "Good on you, mate. Here's someone. I'll help you out. I can see. And then they smile and go, "Thanks very much." You know what I mean? They really. They don't have to say it all the time, but they appreciate things. But in this case, I've just gone, "Here you go, mate. No worries. There you go. That's one thing off my head."
Yeah.
I wasn't rude about it. I've grown. I can see where Diana's coming. Hey, I get you. I get your stuff.
I
get you. Don't worry.
Well, I think I need to sometimes take a break from things, just have more fun, and like maybe some inner child stuff. I've been trying to do things to kind of like bring back kind of more fun in my life, because I could easily get stuck in the working all the time. YouTube, always like productive doing the shit, and like I know the dopamine stuff in my brain, whatever. I know that all has something to do with that, but it's also like I wouldn't be caring so much or getting so like triggered. We're all humans, we get triggered. Okay, no one's completely healed, I understand, but usually those are times when I'm kind of overdoing things and I'm not taking enough time for myself, and I'm either, there's nothing wrong with inspiring people, there's nothing wrong with working, nothing wrong with it, but if I took more time for myself, have more fun, enjoy myself more, I wouldn't have been triggered. I feel like I would have just been more okay, a little bit, but not like the point where I'm getting irritated, and like I shouldn't have to go unfriend and block people, for the love of Jesus. But that's what I do sometimes.
Do you remember the advice you gave me on Messenger when I wrote down what happened?
I gave you a lot of advice. I don't know. You have to specify.
No, she got. Well, I won't read it. It was the last thing. I think it was about the trigger thing, and you gave me the advice that you're just saying to yourself.
I gotta take my own advice. I know.
No, but it's great. No, it's great. We're aware of it. I went, yeah, that's very cool. So that's great. But
I can see with other people easily, but sometimes myself, it's harder because you're in the middle of
problem.
It's always harder with yourself, though. Yeah. Always.
But I have the right idea.
So
I know
easy
I'm
to
aware
give advice, but to take our own is the hardest thing.
Well, I guess taking your own, but I guess when we give someone a lesson, you could always reflect it back on yourself and go, okay, I can take that lesson on for myself as well.
Yeah, it's every time you give someone advice, it's always good to check in with yourself after you've given the advice and say, what in this advice that I just gave could help me too? Yeah. Because most of the people that come to you for advice are there reflecting something back to you that you don't know you need to work on. So as soon as someone asks for advice, or even if they don't, you just start doling it out. Once you're done, check back in with yourself and say, what in that I just said can help me too? Every time you give advice, it's actually remarkable how amazing that works and how quickly you can start healing if you start taking on asking yourself every time you give advice, what in this will help me too? How can I implement my own advice into my life?
Well, I'm just reading it and it's fantastic. It's exactly what you just said, Miss Starfire.
I'm still working on that, by the way. It sounds really beautifully well put together, but I'm still working. It's something I'm practicing.
You're the calm between the two fire here. Come on, Jesus. You're the calming voice.
Oh yeah, that was good advice. Yeah, you're right. That was good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just read it out loud. I'll say it so I can hear myself talk. People's opinions are, he was going on about something with other people. People's opinions are irrelevant. Usually just projections onto you and have nothing to do with you. Keep doing you, whatever. That's something I would say. Yeah, but
there you go.
Well said.
But also, there's like a projection in a there's a rabbit hole with that. But yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. There's always the projection.
But that's a projection. Him asking me for is also a projection of something.
It's projections and reflections. Yes. So one's projecting, one's reflecting, and vice versa. So you gotta keep going in the loop and looking back at how does that affect me? How does this affect him? Opening up your awareness on that level is it. You can go really deep with this kind of stuff.
It's rabbit holes, man. I get a lot of those, but.
Self-awareness rabbit holes are the biggest ones that are like,
oh shit. And like I can't tell you how many times I made videos and like either even like my brother or me, I was like, oh shit, I think that advice was for me. I was like, wait, because I said it so passionate. I watched, I was like, that's a good video. I was like, wait. I was like, that's actually, even though it actually was, I was inspired by someone else. I'm like, wait, that's actually kind of going on some level in my life. And I'm like, oh, I'm like stumped by my own video.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, my videos have actually helped me a lot too. It's also therapeutic to talk about, but then sometimes I watch them later. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh God. Like you start seeing it from that other perspective of like almost like
Ooh.
someone else is giving you the advice. You're like, damn, that's good advice.
Or I went through it in the past. Well, I mean, that's where I get a lot of inspiration from anyway. I mean, I see people deal with similar shit, but then I deal with it at some level, or even recent or some farther back. Yeah, it's like, damn, man.
Yep.
That's been you don't know. It was fantastic advice, and I think that we're all growing in a lot of ways. And I think where we are, we're exactly where we're supposed to be. I'm just getting these massive, like last night, actually sleeping a lot better. I decided, one thing I've tried to do is, I know you got to do things, you have to do things, but if you feel like you have to go to sleep or whatever, I just did it. Like last night, I was going to do something like, nah, get to bed. So I did. Even though I got up and felt like the bloody demon this morning, I actually felt like I slept really, really well. So it's a case of a self-care thing, but I think we're definitely there's definitely going to be major shifts happening. There is definitely major shifts happening, and I think it's more on that level, the spiritual soul level, that ourselves are coming out now. So we're gonna attract the people that we need to attract, but also we're going to work on what we are. And I think we're getting triggered a lot because, as you said, I think the old is still trying to hang on.
Oh, it definitely is, man. Yeah, it's insane, dude. It's like real sneaky too. It's like real. It can be sometimes it's really like boom.
Yes.
But then there's times where it's like really subtle. But I'm like, wait. I almost get like tripped out, but I'm like, wait a second. I was like, oh, I see what's going. I was like, oh, you're trying to get me back to do this. Oh no. Oh yeah, fuck off. Yeah, it's kind of thing.
Fuck off. Exactly. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's
I'm
just
trying to sound angry, but I have had a lot of stuff.
No, not at all.
Because I've been chill for a long time. I can only stay like, I keep chill, but I think it's also wrong for me to suppress. I talk about suppression as depression, and like, you shouldn't be suppressing your. So I'm like, man, I do get a boiling point where I'm a little hot-headed, and I'm like,
nothing wrong with that.
So, but it usually means I need to step back a little bit, and there's a reason why certain things. Why am I getting bothered so much by this? Or it could be so. It could be like huge things won't bother me, crazy things that most people can't handle won't bother me, but little things like get me, and it's so weird, man. Like,
well, how have I told you this? How about if you're reacting to it, that could have been you 10 years ago. Because I look at it that way, and I'm thinking to myself, like a couple of situations that have come in the last 6 months, and I always say, "Fuck, I wasn't ready for what I'm doing now," right? But also, oh my God, I'm reacting differently, totally reacting differently, and I find that. But I think the other one I wanted to say was, I think was it Sarah sent me the evil eye. The evil eye.
Have a bracelet.
Now, yeah, well, I've got one here as well.
I wore one when I was in New York. Oh, no, I didn't. I should have worn a New York. I would have maybe felt so damn sick after I got back.
It's a case of people coming from a place. We all know they're on their same job, but they're coming from a place of, I'm a big believer of the 7 deadly sins, and especially with my energy, I'm not blowing wind up my own ass, but over so many years and decades, I've been pulled down because of the way I've been feeling about myself. But also I know I have this inner white light that spreads, and it's like I've had to learn how to protect, because you attract these people that sucked it in, which is my fault, of course, because that's the way it was. But now it's gone to a point where I'm actually blocking it. So you see the 7 deadly sins of people go, I see people, I wish I was you. You could just see by looks, by feel, by energy. People just don't realize, I had a comment, I've done a lot of courses and I can pick people and I can read people. No, you fucking can't. I go, you probably can. I go, you probably can to some level, but mate, I just see straight away, I'm going, yeah, mate, you're not loved. You don't have enough self-love, or people take you for granted, or you just need a nice romantic weekend with someone you love. Well, I'm putting it PG for that, for you people out there. Not being appreciated, stuff like that. I can see because I've had it. You know what I mean? And I'm like Diana. I don't now, instead of being triggered, you fucking asshole, which is fine. I do still do that, but I just go and retreat. Do the bear, take the power of the bear, and retreat, and just oh, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. I even told one person at work, yeah, I just stay to myself. I'm just got to get my work done, which is true, but I also like to have time to do my other stuff. There you go. That's me rambling.
So good, mate.
What about criticism?
What's that?
Sorry, what about criticism? How's everyone going with that? Because that's one of my big things. I reckon Diana and I are basically on the same level with this, if you don't mind me saying. When someone, okay, I'll give you the example. When someone says to you, you are doing something, and now they're coming from a place of love, you know that they're going, I'm saying this because the first thing that goes through my head, and this is the old me, is fuck, I'm an asshole, they don't like me anymore, right? Or I've done something wrong. So I go into that victim mode. I'm coming out of it better, but I guess you've invested yourself into the person or the people, and then you don't want to lose that. But now I've actually got to a point where, okay, I'm actually fighting the conscious choice, and this is a fight. And within the first 10 minutes of it happening, going, right, I choose myself, whatever happens, going to the flow, and you're fighting that. Yeah, it's going back and forth. But then you get to a point, yep, it's okay. And you don't, don't sit in it. Oh, excuse me. You don't sit in there for freaking 3 days or 4 days like I used to. You sort of fight the feeling for the first 10 minutes. What do you think about that?
My response is going to be the same exact thing you just sent me, that I sent you.
Yep.
Same advice.
Yep.
My advice has not changed.
Yep. Cool. No, that's what I was saying, Tim. I guess it's a programming fight more than anything for me. But the first thing, as I said, your advice is on spot on.
Everyone has opinions, man. You're never going to please stop. Who cares about people? If you just focus, you got to just bring it back to you all the time. I know it's easy to get focused on them, what they're thinking, but they see you in a certain way, and that's none of your business. Who cares? You got to just move on, man. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not even an opinion this time. It's basically someone telling you, it's basically a father figure that says you didn't do anything wrong. So it's an old program, but they're coming. If you took the emotion from the past out, this opinion goes, you should be doing this because you can become better. So you make the choice because you know what the person's like. They're just telling you for their own better good. And I do the same thing. So it's basically new programming for me, which has been great. So it only took me 10 minutes to do that, to change that, because otherwise I would have been sitting in it for 4 days. Oh, fuck, they don't like me anymore. I used to sit there. It was fucking ridiculous. It used to affect me, but now I'm just saying I've come a long way with regards to that, and not worrying about what people think as much, but looking at it, why they're saying it. Look at the person that's saying it, like, as you said, opinions like arseholes, everyone's got one. Where do I value you in the scheme of things? You know what I mean? So, yeah. There you go. I just rambled again.
It's okay. It's interesting because during your ramble, I was playing with my cards again, and you kept mentioning choices. And we've sort of talked about the different choices and like the choice between responding one way or reacting, or all the different choices that we can make when we are stepping into our highest versions of ourselves. Do we want to fall back to old patterns? Do we want to react the way we used to? What choice are we going to make? Well, the card that I picked today was choices. It just kind of like flipped over on the bottom of the deck. I was like, okay. So we can talk a little bit about
we have a choice. Greg Riley told me straight out, this is where probably the big turning point when I was doing the Shadow Warrior work. We have a choice of how to react. We have more freedom and more power of choice than what we believe in, because we're stuck in this fucking bullshit world where you don't think you haven't got any freedom, but we make a choice to get up. We make simple
many
choices. We have choices
Like-
in our world. I mean, I chose to get up and do this. That's a simple thing, but we do have it. We do have the freedom of choice still, even though some people, I know a lot of people don't in a lot of ways, but we have the freedom to choose how to react. And I think that's one of the gifts that I was given, and having the self-confidence to use that gift.
Yeah.
And I've been using it for the last year, and it has really resonated and made me a stronger person, which is good. And just having, when you don't have those teachings when you're sort of teaching your inner child more than anything. It's really weird that you go back and when you're an adult, but you're getting those teachings from an
inner child.
There you go. It's inner child. Yeah, there you go.
There's a child on the card too.
So the inner child, you're teaching your inner child, and then you sort of it's all like playing catch up. So you're sort of playing catch up to yourself. You go, the inner child's learned it, so you can catch up to your adult self, and you can learn about it. So I think it's a really good thing, you know. So and we have to learn how to live in this world anyway. But yeah, just getting that lesson, inner child's triggered. You go, okay, that's the lesson I should have been taught when I was 6, but we've taught it now. Now it's time to do fast forward catch up, and we're doing that too, which is good.
Yep. Yeah, it's really
there you
go. Did you guys? Do you want me to kind of go over this card? It kind of just I was just shuffling. I know we're doing this at the end of the episode, but it just kind of happened. And you were talking about the choices. So the card itself is pretty cool. There's like this little girl walking down like a heavily wooded pathway, and she's chasing a group of fairies. But there's this one fairy pixie lady that's really big lighting the way, and she's quite lit up. So that's me. So the way that I take this card, how I intuit it is approach your choices with every choice that you make. Approach your final decision with joy. With what I'm seeing here is like the innocence of a child. Like pick your choices based on what feels happiest and most joyful to you. Know that you have all these different choices here that you can follow and chase, and you can go and make whatever choice you want. But in this, you're very guided, you're very supported right now in any choice that you make, as long as you make that choice and every choice with joy and love in your heart. You will be guided, you will be protected, your choices will be honored in a way where it won't harm you. If you come at your choices with a little bit more of a different perspective, like almost an innocence perspective, and really think about, put yourself in the 2 options that you have, or the 3 options you have, and really decide what feels best when you're imagining the outcome of the choice that you're going to make, and really put yourself in a position of what feels best of these outcomes, and really imagining yourself and like, wow, what can I create with these choices? So that's how I'm intuiting the card, is approach your choices with an innocence, and know that you are being guided and protected in the choices that you're making if you come at it with an innocence and a joy.
How about the flow, Sarah? I've been big. I write it every day that let it flow, let it go, and that goes what Diana said too. She goes,
feels very flow too, because she's just chasing into the woods, right? She's not really thinking. She's just kind of going into it, following the light, following the choice that feels best. See how there's like that brightest one that's, she's like, I'm going to go with that, when there's all these other ones up here. And she's like, I'm following this guy. So it's like she's looked, and those are all the choices, that's the brightest one, and that's what she's going to chase. So it's going with the flow, like what you said.
It's like, go with the flow. And then what Diana said, I'll react the way I want to react. Absolutely. If she wants to react, she needs to react the way she needs to. It's just she's doing it. She's owning her emotion. I mean, it's not going to
Well,
affect her and the thing.
you know where I think
What do you?
mine comes from? Mine comes from a lot is I saw, I used to be what I would call people a little bit of people pleaser, just not people pleaser, but just like tuning to other people's energies and putting their needs above mine,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah,
doing whatever and just neglecting myself. And I went and so deep into addiction from like I let all these people, their opinions and all this stuff bring me down, and just their actions, and I put all these all these people needs above mine, and then I just felt very kind of hurt by all of that, and I brought myself down. I mean, I allowed it, so I blame myself. So part of me is like, man, I'm not gonna let anyone bring me down again. Like, I went to such a deep level. So I'm just very kind of, I ain't maybe put my wall up a little bit, but I'm just protecting my energy because I know what that. I mean, I know how low I went. Like. And just I
Yeah.
don't want to go to that level. I don't want to go through that level of pain. And all these people had their intentions weren't. I thought their intentions were. I try to believe something was good. I try to see something good in them, right? Try to see a light in them or some potential. And I was very wrong, and I wasn't all quite there mentally. But it just like I don't know. So part of it's a little bit of a like defense mechanism. I'm just like, man, I'm not letting anyone bring me down again. I don't care about their opinions. Like I'm just kind of like that's where it's kind of coming from. It's a little bit of a place of anger even. Not really a loving place. I'll admit it's not. I'm not quite there yet. It's hard for me to be super loving, understanding after a lot of things I went through. I'm a little bit emotionally traumatized. I am. But I also know how low I can. I know how I can get sucked in so easily. It's almost scary how I really like ruined certain parts of my life. I almost got into some very bad situation. I already did put myself in bad situations. So some of it's like trauma based, and I don't know how to like. It's hard for me to lighten up a little bit and open up more, because once I get a sense that someone's like not trustworthy or has bad intentions, I'm just right away I'm out. Like I'm just like I don't want to deal with
yeah.
this. I don't know if that's the best
I'm
way to
with
deal
you.
with it, but I've just been to such an extreme part of it. So I know what some people are capable of, and I know how much I can get sucked in, man. So I just don't want to go there again.
No, I agree. I'm with you. If I get a bad vibe of someone, I don't wish them anything bad. Just get the fuck out. I'm with you.
Well, and what Sarah was
Oh,
saying about recently about how we talked about how there's some darker entities, right? We talked about that guy I was trying to have help with some of my videos and stuff, right? Or there's in general, right? Now when we're living our purpose, stepping in our light even more, I feel like people are really trying to bring us down. At first, I was like, hey, man, am I being paranoid? No, man,
yes.
I'm not paranoid because I know there's. It's not like I
No.
don't expect everyone to be
No,
like
you're
that,
not.
but I have some
No.
places I go, even as restaurants, anywhere I go outside, right? There's some places I go and I have a weird feeling to leave. I know there's something that's not right. I don't know what it is, but or to back out of a situation, or maybe someone helping with a business thing. And I know there's something not like I feel it really strong, and I usually trust that. I'm learning to trust myself, but I'm not trying to be paranoid because sometimes I'm like, man, I feel
Not
like
at all.
everyone's out to
No.
when you're trying to step in your purpose and with the shine your light when we got spiritual warfare going on. I don't know, I'm not trying to walk outside and be paranoid, but
Not at
man,
all.
it's like it's real shit. It's real.
We've got to. We've got to. I think this is where I was going before. We've all had it in our lives, and we've been sort of our lights been dim because didn't understand the power we've got. But also, I call it the succubus theory, where that's what they are. They're succubuses. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I've been through
Yeah.
it. And then you got the succubus and the victims, and they just
Energy
don't understand.
vampires.
What was that? Sorry.
Energy vampires.
Big ones,
Energy
man.
vampires,
Yeah.
A grade fuckwits. There you go, A grade fuckwits, or just people who just need a bit of love in their life. I'll leave it at that. I won't go any further than that. Anyway, but you get people who do that because they want to suck you. It's a succubus. They want to suck your fucking energy, and then when you block it, you're the worst person in the world. Then the envy. That's why I'm talking about the seven deadly sins. Talking about envy, jealousy, and stuff. They're not trying to. I don't think they're trying to emulate it onto you. They're just feeling, I wish I was you. I know there's one. I know there's one at where I'm working, mate, and I can see it. And it's just like you can see the two sides coming out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can see the two sides. You can see the side that's really nice and to a point, but then you've got the demon side where it's all envy and jealousy and that's, you know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, you're yeah. And I don't be too
There's a lot
obsessive
of there's a lot of this stuff going on right now too, that it's like kind of what you're saying, where it's like people are like, oh no, you should do it this way. And they try to like, you have an idea for something and then it's like you keep being told, oh no, that's not how you do it, you should do it this way. And it's like, but I feel in my heart this is right. And it's like people are trying to dim your light and make you feel bad for shining it. It's like that that like, oh, you've got something, I'm gonna shit on your parade kind of thing, because it's like they're almost offended by your light and they want to do anything they can to turn it off or make it match theirs, because misery loves company, right? So it's like, do everything you possibly can to just shut that light off by putting you down or telling you like, oh, you shouldn't be doing it that way, that's dumb. Like, you know, saying things to discourage you and like make you change the way you're doing things because they don't like the light you're shining on it.
Well, it's even that, but you'd like to say, don't do it this way because I think. At least they put their opinion to it. They're not having a crack at you go, oh, I wouldn't do it. Like, I've been in that situation now where you have to look at the perspective of certain things, right? And but at least someone, if you've got an argument, come and fucking say something why. Don't go, oh, I don't like it because I would have done it that. Like the one, we should have done it this way. Okay, I was about to say, yeah, no worries. You didn't see. I was about to say you haven't seen the whole fucking picture, but you're a fuckwit, and that's your opinion. That's fine. You got no idea. Stick to what you know. Fuck off.
Yeah.
There you go. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone's got one. Probably, they've got two. One in the head, one in the bloody backside. There you go. Hang on, now. This is why I don't open my mouth too much, because I can be very offensive. I come out with some fucking pearlers. I come out with some pearlers. I'm going, oh shit, I've got to stop it.
Choices.
Yeah, I know. I've made very good choices in my time. Believe me. The last 2 years, I've made some great. I know what I'm like. I said, hang on, I know what I'm like. I better shut my mouth, and I do all the time. So which is a good thing.
It's funny. Do you guys want me to read the actual interpretation of the card, or?
Yeah, you can go for that.
Man.
Okay.
How you going, Sleeping Beauty? What's going on?
That session, man. Like I
literally, I'm kind of watching you fade. I'm like, she needs a nap. Like it's time for.
I already took a nap, and like I was feeling so good. I was feeling so energized at first. Like I walked around in the water at Occoquan. I went on a walk. I went to a restaurant. I was just having a good time, and then it processed.
Something
kicked
in.
Oh, shit.
What time is it over? Have you got? You don't have to work today or anything, do you?
No, it's 5:30 on Sunday. I work tomorrow morning. Though.
Oh,
back to the
but
beach
you're gonna go to bed.
Morning. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be back. Yeah, back. You'll be getting to bed very, very soon.
You want to know something I did? So the regulator did tell me that I need to heal my relationship with my body, and it's not just weight loss, but we've been talking about, right? I went going to the sauna, moving my body around. So I randomly found this thing on Facebook. Some kind of groove dance thing, right? It looks kind of cheesy, but it's this cool lady. She got dreads. She's like dancing, and like it's a groove thing. So she gives you some instruction, but then you kind of do your own thing. It's a groove thing. And I did it yesterday, and usually I'm not into that kind of stuff. And I really liked it. I felt like my body wanted to move, man, get the energy out. And so I think that's a good way. And this lady recommended that I also do like Tai Chi or martial arts. I don't know if I have the time for that, but she said you need to heal the connection with your body because of the damage I did from all the substances and stuff. But also looking at myself.
There's some really easy Tai Chi stuff on YouTube if you want to find something.
Maybe I'll do it on YouTube. I don't want to commit and go to a class, but I would like to do. I mean, like my spirit guide supposedly recommended, like in particular Tai Chi, and there's another one I forgot. She wrote it down.
I'm supposed to do Tai Chi too. If you ever want to do like Zoom Tai Chi, we can do it together.
I'm supposed
to do that
I did. I love Tai Chi. That's why I went from Tai Chi to yoga.
What's the other one? Hold on. She wrote it down, man.
Oh, mate.
Is it
the other thing is Qigong, but the other one is dance. I mean, that's something I should have, I did for about 6 years, sorry. Did professional dancing. Dancing's good to move the energy. Karen, that's another one. Karen, my friend Karen, she says, shake it out and you'll feel better. She always says, shake it out.
Qigong.
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 Because she spelled it Qi. Is that how you pronounce it?
That's because that's how it's spelled. Yeah, it's just.
Okay, I was like, oh, okay, shit. Yeah. That was Jesus, man.
Qigong.
I don't know what the hell that is, but yeah.
Yeah, I believe it's Chinese.
Yeah. Well, my spirit guides are telling me, man, if they're bringing them in, I guess I'll at least do it. I can do YouTube. I can do something for fun. she also said like public speaking. She saw some past lives of mine that were weird, and it's the same with the Arcturian starseed, man. That's what Joy said in my soul reading too. So I guess
You're Arcturian too? Me too.
So at first I wasn't sure. I always resonate when I see things like that. I join groups that, right? So Joy told me when she did my soul reading, and then this lady right away, I didn't say anything about this. She said Arcturian starseed. She saw a vision of a past life of me in a spaceship and like coming to the point. So, and she said a lot of the Arcturians are very advanced enlightened beings, right? You're coming here to inspire, right? So that's cool that you are. And but Joy also said in my thing she saw Pleiadians come to my soul reading. So I don't know if there's maybe another life was that, but Arcturian's very strong, man. Is this the lady? Oh, she wrote this down. I was like, damn, man. And she's like, do you know about Arcturian? I was like, oh, I guess that kind of. And every time I see posts from that kind of stuff, it reminds me of that. But she told me that like she had a thing. She saw me doing public speaking also in the past life. She thinks I need to do something with that. She saw me as a Viking leader, as a male Viking leader in a past life. I don't know, some weird shit. I mean,
I can say as a I can say as a female Viking
too. Actually, I was a.
We probably knew each other, man. In the past, we were probably like Arcturian Starseed
we probably
Vikings.
Fucking buddies.
We probably like Vikings and Arcturian Starseed Vikings.
Where were we together? I say where were we together? Yeah. It had to be maybe
totally.
I got to check if I was a Viking. I don't look like a bloody Viking, but.
Arcturians, I love Arcturians, man. But wait, hold on. All the pictures I see are portrayed as like blue. Like, is that what they really? I don't know if that's just someone's artistic interpretation of it. But they always are blue beings. Like all the times, whenever I see pictures or join the Arcturian groups, I join groups like that on Facebook and stuff. I always see. I don't know what they really. So I don't want to put like a certain image in my head of what they should, but I don't know if that's like real or not.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay.
No,
I don't know what they look like.
It's interesting in past lives. We could have a really good session on past lives, I reckon. Bloody hell.
Yeah, probably.
Did those regressions, man. Hey, I know who we can talk about. Billie Jean, if she's not too shy to get on camera, she watches this video. But she did that past life regression stuff. She knows her stuff, man. She took me. That was
get her on,
dude. I think it would be cool if we could get her on. She has a YouTube channel too.
We'll get her on and get my friend Christine on as well.
And Jackie, I want to talk to Jackie too. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get Jackie on too. She just launched her course.
Really?
She lost her what?
Yeah, she launched her.
I thought you said lost. Oh, I thought you said.
That's what I said. I thought you said.
She launched her. I think it's like pendulum dowsing.
Yeah.
Something like that. That she wanted to talk to us about her class that she just did and talk to us about Akashic Records stuff and.
I'm interested in that, man, because that's what we did. Okay, so when I did this session today, she went into the Akashic Library, and I was like, oh, man, here we go. And then, so we did that, because I did that with the other girls' past, Billie's past life regression, too. So I'm really interested in that. Very interested in that stuff, yeah.
There's so much stuff about, like, when I jump on YouTube and obviously watch your videos, Di. Actually, you trigger me to go back to YouTube so I don't forget. There you go. So yours always comes up. So, but there's so much good content. I love sitting there and watching. If I've got a half an hour to sit there and watch certain videos, and this one's just come up with the twin flame. Something about salt. Yeah, something. Here we go.
I wonder if for Jane all Arcturian Starseed, man, I bet. That's interesting. Yeah, dude, that's come up. So much. Right, I guess that's what. Yeah, that's cool. Arcturian. I like the energy of when I meet someone that's like I don't know. A lot of people say I don't know, but it resonates. It's like, but some people I think, man, there's like a different. It's like, dude, I've known you before, and it's like, it's a different kind of. I don't know. It's Arcturians are special. From what special. Yeah. It's very interesting energy.
I've heard this too.
I think it's fantastic. Or is it like even now that you sort of connect on what we're doing, even at a level where here we go. Hang on, pause. Like getting into listening to audio books and all those kind of things. It's actually just shift. It's a pure shifting of energy, And when you get an awareness of where you're at, you want to protect it. I think Diana's bringing the demon out in her demon to go. Fucking, I've got a good energy here. Fucking leave me alone. I do the same thing. It's just really
I gotta be stronger.
Good
I wish
enough.
I could be a little bit softer, but man, but I know what people's intention.
Oh,
But I know the level I'm dealing with certain people. I know what they're. It's like they really got some like evil
yeah,
shit. Like
I agree with
it's
you.
some pure, and I have to toughen up. I can't just be this. Maybe you say I step
Oh,
in.
excuse
You know,
me.
sometimes you step into your masculine energy, right? I want to step
Mm.
more into my feminine, but I don't feel safe. Like, I've seen really like
No,
dark shit, and I know what it can do to me. So I have to kind of toughen up, because if I'm just open and all loving, then but I still want to help people, inspire people, and be loving. But some people
yeah,
don't want to be helped. But these particular people do not have no intention of being helped. Probably in this whole lifetime, their thing is to like it's like they have like insidious like intentions, man. Maybe that's a
they
strong
will.
word.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was watching
Makes
movie
it
Insidious
makes
yesterday,
sense.
but yeah, but you know what I'm saying, like, so I don't know how to
Yeah,
like
totally.
how do you deal with people without being like, I'm not trying to be a bitch, but like I have to protect,
You're
like,
not.
but I
You're
know
not at
when
all.
it's like it's really evil shit, man.
Yeah, if it's evil, you got to look. I with that stuff. I've listened to Jordan Peterson a lot. My Sarah, my friend. Have you listened to Jordan before? Di
No,
Jordan Peterson.
sounds
If you get
familiar.
onto his video, get
I
onto
love,
his
yeah, Jordan
videos, man.
Peterson's awesome. He's Canadian
You know,
too.
he talked about embracing the shadow and being that animal that you need to be a human being. You're not being a bad person, but who's going to protect you? And you've got to protect your values
I
and
don't
bring
have,
out.
yeah, and like I just feel kind of like very vulnerable and wide open now. I don't know, like
Yeah,
it's not fear, but it's just like
no, it's not fair at all.
it's
No,
just
no, but
like
you're
I gotta like yeah.
well. You got to bring out. Look, you got to bring out that fierce animal. And I watched a video by Jordan Peterson a couple of weeks ago. He said you can still be an animal and protect yourself and be strong and be that. I'll use the word demon. Sorry for all those people who take demon as an evil entity, but that's just the word I use. And it's a case of just having that strength to be, you can still be soft, but and then you bring out that person who's protecting it. You can still be strong but be strong on your side and know your stuff, know that you love yourself and protect yourself like protect
Yeah.
a newborn baby. All right, it's not being violent or anything. It's just you're being strong and being that animal. There's nothing wrong with being that animal because
Yeah.
people don't like it. But I guess it's not even
Well,
being
you know
controlled.
what? It does make them F off, because I'm not going to be open. You're not going to go siphon out my energy and whatever the hell you're trying to do. It's like, nah, I'm putting that wall up, because they sense when you're open. I used to be like that in the past, and
Yes,
my
I agree
energy,
with you.
I messed myself up for years. I mean, I just allowed anybody. I had no boundaries, nothing, and I just was like,
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
right.
trust. I was also in a kind of a haze for a lot of the time, but it's beyond that. But like, it's like I left it too open, and yeah.
I'm
There's a lot
getting
of things.
I'm getting like an imagery of like mother bear, like protecting her cub. It's like
Yeah.
you're the cub, and your energy, like you have to call on the energy of like a mother bear,
Yeah.
because that mother bear is protective out of compassion and love. So she's coming at it from a place of love, but you still don't want to fuck with her. So it's like, it's about letting people know that you are to be respected, because
Yeah.
you've got something very precious inside of you that needs that protection.
Yeah.
And you will provide that protection no matter what. So I'm feeling really drawn for you, especially Diana, and a little bit Jay. When you're in those periods, draw on the mother bear energy and just call on the mother bear energy and protect yourself. Use it.
It just,
And
sometimes I'm like, is it too much? Is it too strong? But no,
No.
when it, but
No.
here's the thing. I know when it's time to bring. I don't bring that out unless like I know there's something like not right, like, and it's not something. It's not like someone's triggered, someone's wounded, and they're hurt. Yeah, I would send them love, and I'm respectful and nice to everybody. I try to help people, but these are particular entities, people, whatever. They don't want to be helped. They have pure like evil intentions, and then I guess we can't
their
help
intention
them,
is to stop the light from shining.
Yeah,
If you've got the light, their intention is to stop you.
And I'm like, oh shit.
No. It's the good and bad. Superman versus Lex Luthor type stuff. You go back even the basic superheroes. Good versus evil. There are people who have intention, whether it be whether they know it or not. It's our own pure intention to knock you down. All right, because I believe we are the pure white lighters, and that's why listen to Jordan Peterson saying, "Bring out. You have to have that strong animal instinct, and be ruthless." But being ruthless doesn't mean being cruel, doesn't mean being hurtful, but you're being ruthless in a way to protecting your things. So telling someone to fuck off is no problem, as far as I'm concerned, right?
Yeah.
That was an abusive word. Well, you know what? You probably do this. If you go, my classic one is, what if I did that to you? What would you do? Let's role reverse. They do the fucking same thing. I look at some people who criticize you, but fucking put them in the same situation. You go, fucking, you do the same fucking thing, mate. You know what I mean? So we're going to have that animal instinct, or in my case, my demon friend or mother bear. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's that person that comes out and protects you. And exactly what Sarah said. I don't think I want to fuck with you.
Yeah.
I don't want to. In other case, I'm going to go and fucking do this. Not like that. The presence and the energy of protecting this person, which is us, is enough. Is absolutely enough for the person to go, rightio, okay. Thanks. Okay, cool. No worries. Goodbye. So you got to bring that superpower out. It's like Brave Star. There's another retro one. Power of the Bear brings out that power when he needs it.
Yeah.
I reckon Di's doing what you're doing, Di's fine. I don't have a problem with it. It's just now you got to channel it. That's all.
Yeah.
You've got it in you. You just got to channel it now. And don't be afraid
I don't know. I just find myself getting more like, it's more like or it's not fear, just more of a.
No, it's not a fear at all. No,
but I'm also, but also we talk about Lionsgate. It's ties all in bringing stuff to the surface for where, you know what I mean. There's something there. If I'm getting that kind of like what, you know, on my end and what's going on, it's a mix. You know, I have to reflect back a little bit more on that.
Everyone goes, oh, you should reflect on how you talk. How about you reflect on your fucking opinions, mate? There you go. Shit like that. How about you reflect on yourself? How about you go sit in the dunny, go and get a fucking book and sit there and bloody do what you need to do? Fuck off. Jesus, fuck. I have no I mean, everyone said you should have tolerance, but I'm with Di in some ways. Love and white light, you know, I speak the way I speak. People think it's abusive, mate. You don't fucking see nothing. If I really wanted to go that way, I'd say I'd fucking don't have enough. It's just a case of take a deep breath and go, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. That's usually my thing. Oh, for fuck's sake. And then I just walk off. You know, I think that's all you can really do. Just, you know, just go. You don't wish anything bad on people. You just go, oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. You know, Jesus Christ. Anyway, that's pretty. It's just like that's. But my other classic one when I'm teaching, I go when people have a drama, it's just like, oh God, we've got a show called Home and Away here. It's like those. It's like Coronation Street. Yeah. I don't know. What do you got in America? I don't know. Bold and the Beautiful. Right. It's Bold and the Beautiful. Right. So I say, oh God.
Oh, that shit.
Home and Away's at 7:00. Not what time it is now. I don't need it now. People just don't look at me and go, what the fuck? It's a coping mechanism to stop drama affecting me. And it works beautifully. You know? People just go, I just sit there. They can see my reaction go, oh, God, come on. Jeez, come on. It's come on. Stop this.
Funny.
You know? Yeah. But I totally get it anyway.
I'm looking at the time here, guys. I've got something to do at 3:00 my time.
Why don't we go? Yeah, I'm kind of tired anyway. Yeah, I think we had a good
Do you want me to actually read this choices thing?
Quickly. Quickly. That'll be our final thing. Yep.
Real quick, just to end out the show, the card that we picked, again, was the Fancy Choices card. With the Lionsgate portal, it's now more important than ever to make choices that are for your highest good. So make choices from joy, make choices from a place of compassion and what feels right to you, what emanates for you. And the card reads, your life is full of choices at all times. You may have come to a moment where you are wondering what you would like to do next. You may be at a place of completion or ready to start something new, but aren't sure what it will be. You have a choice to make. Do you want to continue on how things are, or do you want to make change? Stay optimistic while you determine the best option for you. Weigh the positives and negatives of each option. When you have the opportunity to change your life, each ripple choice can be significant. Try to incorporate the likely outcomes and ramifications. Consider playing what if and imagining different scenarios. It can be helpful to discuss your possibilities with someone. Analyze and reanalyze your thoughts to be sure you have considered all of your options. Listen to your intuition or your gut instinct. Pay attention to the initial reactions. Do not let your fears dictate your choice. Act as if fear is not an issue and decide with strength and courage. Strive to make your choices based on what is best for you without outside influence. Putting someone else's needs first will only create a situation where you will have to undo later. Consider others without self sacrifice. Trust your ability to make strong and healthy choices and commit to your decision. Do not waste time second guessing yourself. Move forward with confidence. A young girl chases a group of elementals. The light from the closest fairy emits the bright yellow glow. The yellow might be associated with your solar plexus and personal power. You are encouraged to make your own choice and not give this power to someone else. A fairy is typically associated with joy, magic, wishes, and possibilities. The path ahead is illuminated, which will help you find your direction. The various colors of the fairies represent the opportunities facing you. Each option will bring different lessons and blessings. It is up to you to determine the choice that you would like to make. The affirmation associated with this card is, I carefully weigh my options and make my choices with the utmost of gratitude. And that's the card for today.
There you go. There's your choices. On that note, I need to sleep. I need to get up. You need to go and do something. Guys, it's been a great chat as per usual. Thank you so much. Love you.
Thank you
love
so
you
much,
very
guys.
much. Yep. Peace out and whatever else. Guys, if you have any questions, please shoot us a comment on the YouTube video that we're going to be putting up, or you can catch us on Trailblazers of the Universe. Di's always on Facebook and Instagram. You'll see her stuff there. Grab on there. You got Small Sarah Big Soul. Okay, got it right. She's on YouTube, Instagram, and also Facebook, and of course myself.
TikTok.
Oh, you're on TikTok too. Okay, cool. And you're on TikTok too.
I'm not on
Di.
Facebook. I'm on TikTok.
I'm on TikTok.
TikTok. Sorry. Yep. TikTok. Sorry.
I'm moving away from the Facebook.
Fantastic. So you got Trailblazers the Universe. Yeah, I don't blame you either. Yeah. Trailblazers the Universe, Small Sarah Big Soul, Journey of a Whitefeather. I got chapter 50 coming up. I'm doing that today. Wow, 50. And then we've got Batman, who's probably in Arkham Asylum with the Joker, Spiritual Needs TV, Cortez. I'm going to wear a Cortez mask next week. So on that note, love and white light to you all. Thank you so much. Love my soul sisters so much. I'm energized. I'm going to get up now. Felt like dog poo before. Anyway, so we have a bit of a laugh. Laughing's good. Anyway, take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. Look forward to seeing you next week for Live Theories, and peace out. Be your best self and bring out that protector, because your soul deserves it. Take care.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to our channels, and hit that little bell notification if you want to see more of our stuff.
Absolutely. Take care. Peace out. Rock out.